At 6, it was day 2 of the trial against an Evansville man charged with murder and attempted murder from last year.
Austin Owsley is accused of murdering Sean Wilt and attempting to kill his brother, Chad Wilt, in a home back in February of 2023.
Today, witnesses took to the stand to recall events from that day. And our 44 News reporter, Aaliyah Malero, has been at the trial all day and is live with the details tonight. Aaliyah?
That's exactly right. You know, this was a packed courtroom and definitely an emotional courtroom today as those witnesses took to the stand for the first time in the trial against Austin Owsley. Now, we're expected to hear from over 50 witnesses, but today we heard from 12 who took to the stand and spoke in front of the jury. And the prosecution, they brought out some of their strongest witnesses today, such as Chad Wilt, one of the victims shot in the home, his wife Holly Wilt, and father Mark Wilt, as well as several deputies and police officers who responded on that day. Now, a common theme we've seen today in cross-examination was if there were any indication of a fight occurring before the shooting of the Wilts in regards to self-defense. Some of the main pieces of evidence used today within the courtroom were the still images from the cameras placed on the property on January 29th, body cam footage from sheriff deputies, and 911 phone calls. Throughout cross-examination, making it a point to both Chad Wilt and Holly Wilt that no trespassing signs were placed until after the incident occurred. And throughout the course of today, the defense asked witnesses on the stand, such as a forensic pathologist and several Vanderburgh County deputies and Evansville police officers, if they had noticed any markings on the body besides gunshot wounds on both victims and the suspect. Now, many of those images and body cam footage were not visible to the courtroom themselves, just to the jury, but body cam shown was displayed from the moment deputies entered the home and discovered Sean Wilt, and when Evansville police responded to Austin Owsley's attempted suicide. Through audio from the body cams and throughout cross-examinations, the courtroom was filled with a lot of emotion from family members of the Wilts, and resulted in the judge stating that if any comments were made during the trial against either side, they'd be asked to leave and escorted out. Now, today's trial ended on a heated note as the prosecutor and defense went back and forth on the expertise of Sergeant David Eads, who initially took photos of Chad Wilt in the hospital, but only his face, not indicating any extra wounds on his body. Now, towards the very end of the trial, when the jury had already left the courtroom, the defense attorney brought up an issue to the judge, stating that the family of the Wilts had bracelets that said, quote, Wilt strong. He felt as if these bracelets would sway the jury in their decision making. Now, that decision was eventually overruled by the judge, stating that if he couldn't even see it, that he didn't feel that the jury would be able to see it either, and it would be able to sway them. Now, both sides did agree that this is going to be a lengthy trial that will probably go to the rest of this week, even into next week maybe. And so this trial will resume tomorrow at 8 a.m. Live in Evansville, Aaliyah Malero, 44 News.